Simple educator.
A good deed. A young 18-year-old student was struggling to pay his fees. He was an orphan and not knowing where to turn for money, he came up with a bright idea. A friend and he decided to host a musical concert on campus to raise money for their education. They reached out to the great pianist Ignacio J. Paderewski. His manager demanded a fee of $2,000 for the piano recital. A deal was struck, and the boys began to work to make the concert a success. The big day arrived. Paderewski performed at Stanford, but unfortunately, they had not managed to sell enough tickets. The total connection was only $1,600. Disappointed, they went to Paderewski and explained their plight. They gave him the entire $1,600 plus a check for the balance $400. They promised to honor the check as soon as possible. "No," said Paderewski, "this is not acceptable." He tore up the check, returned the $1,600 and told the two boys, "Here is the $1,600. Please deduct whatever expenses you have incurred. Keep the money you need for your fees and just give me whatever is left." The boys were surprised and thanked him profusely. Paderewski later went on to become the Prime Minister of Poland. He was a great leader, but unfortunately when the World War began, Poland was ravaged. There were over 1.5 million people starving in his country and no money to feed them. Paderewski did not know where to turn for help. He reached out to the US Food and Relief Administration for help. The head there was a man called Herbert Hoover, who later went on to become the US President. Hoover agreed to help and quickly shipped tons of food grains to feed the starving Polish people. A calamity was averted. Paderewski was relieved. He decided to go across to meet Hoover and personally thank him. When Paderewski began to thank Hoover for his noble gesture, Hoover quickly interjected and said, "You should not be thanking Mr. Prime Minister. You may not remember this, but several years ago, you helped two young students go through college in the US. I was one of them." The world is a wonderful place. What goes around comes around. Sometimes we notice it, sometimes we don't.